Greetings, this is Freener Mantra. I welcome you to my recap of Critical Role's 4-7 Dive episode 28, which because of the how late this is, has been named Way of the Swordguy, as you'll soon find out. It is our Halloween episode. First off, before we go further, my apologies for getting this so late. Things have kept on popping up. I actually, it took me a while to even watch it, and then other stuff kept coming up. And when I had some free time, I was starting to experience a little burnout there. Also, like I said, I've kind of been determined to, for each video I make to have some sort of form of costume. Hmm. Um, and and the key part of this would be this. Speaking of which, I can't show you it now, but tonight, coincidentally, for this episode, is the night of a full, not just a sort of like a what you consider a full moon, but it's also considered a super moon where its moon is a lot closer to Earth. So I said that. But anyway, I'm sorry for taking so long. I finally I couldn't actually end up looking here, so I had to go get some. But now I have them. I'm going to try to finish up, and then I still haven't watched episode 110 yet. I'm trying to go watch and record tomorrow, so I'll be all caught up for episode 111, 111, and get that all out on Friday. Now, actually, wait. I think I actually watched this live. It just things popped up. So, oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, guys, no. It's been a long week. Anyway, first disclaimers: I do not own nor am I associated with Critical Role. It's YouTube tutorials. I'm just a fan sharing with my fellow fans. Reminder: there will be clips of the actual episode. Since they already have their videos out, it shouldn't be good. But in case you were wondering, there will be links to the actual videos in the description. Well, since it was live, like sometimes these time clocks were not slots are not fully accurate. Like they were like estimations, and so we weren't. Also, at least for the top of the clips, like not just time clips, but also remember when I show clips, like 93% of the time, if I show a clip, it's going to be for comedy, which sometimes their comedy is harder for me to convey. It's just like hey, major intervention stuff. I'll start probably if it's big enough, maybe I'll do. I'll show a little video of it, especially as like before break or the end of the episode. But remember, but yeah, yeah, and mainly for comedy. Me, uh, if only because it definitely helps keep away. By the way, I do have like wolf stuff, but it's kind of like between wolf and gray fox, which is one of my favorite animals. Because you really got to know that. Oh, of course, this is their Halloween episode of Foresight Dive. And actually, okay, not okay. There. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be a
Welcome
little.
back. Yeah. Let's begin the night
I'll let them explain their
with our
characters.
discussion segment. Does this mean I'm hosting? Am I hosting? Is that
I think you're
that's what
hosting
it
it, yeah.
feels
I'm
like?
pretty sure that's how.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think that's how it
Hey,
works.
happy Halloweenies, though.
Yeah.
everybody.
Happy Halloween!
Yes. We're all dressed up, kind of.
Yes.
Explain ourselves.
I'm not sure. Well, the next segment is what the fuck is up with that.
Okay.
Okay.
So
we
is
start
this
with that.
is that a gentle segue into what we're wearing?
I mean,
Sure.
isn't it so obvious who each one of us are?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
So I don't know why we need to tell people.
They're excellent, just like jokes.
Good point. Moving on.
Just like jokes you spend 20 seconds explaining after the fact.
No, those
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah,
best
yeah.
kind,
Those
yeah.
are the best kind
Uh-huh.
of jokes.
It's
That's
true.
what you learn in comedy.
You're just Robbie on Saturday, right?
Not kind of. I'm actually feeling a little bit tricked in this episode because you guys told me high concept, low effort. So I made a book and I have a map and a backpack. And I'm supposed to be a liberal arts major who just got back from a semester in Italy.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's really working.
Just can never put the book down.
But I'm like real person, low effort. You guys are Critical Role. You're wearing a wig. You
I am.
are very.
What are you talking about?
This is a real costume
This
to
is
me.
how I just cut my hair today.
This is a lot. This side,
I really
I
wanted
just
to
look
try
like
something
I'm an Apple Watch, guys. Here, look. Ready for the bit?
Yeah.
Done. Or I'm in Caddyshack. But this side of the table is so much. There's so much information.
Yeah, what are you dressed as?
I am not a bee.
Wait, I want to guess. Are you Fritz or Kurt from the Von Trapp family? Are you Ralph Wiggum? Are you a fusion of you and Taliesin Jaffe?
I know.
Are you,
Wait, what did you say earlier? You said I look like Taliesin Jaffe's childhood.
you look
Or
like
child actor?
Taliesin Jaffe cosplaying. You look like you're cosplaying as Taliesin Jaffe dressed as Ashley Johnson.
Oh, but auditioning
Well-
for a Trix commercial in 1989.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I've got it.
I am. Wait, what is it again? I'm a B movie, not Jerry Seinfeld.
You're a B movie,
so
but
that
not
means
the B movie.
I am Macaulay Culkin in My Girl. Get it?
Who?
Spoiler alert.
There are bees.
There are bees. in
Yeah,
it.
bees.
And even when I asked for clarification on the joke, I had to ask twice. Because I didn't understand.
Perfect.
It's a B movie. Because I was like, hey, My Girl's not a B movie. I love that movie, but there's bees in it. And then I didn't understand the Jerry Seinfeld part, but he was in a B movie as well. So, Matt,
Yes.
what are you?
I am someone with strong opinions of The Last Jedi. No, I am. I'm the prompt was Swordguy, and you know while you were off getting laid at parties and drinking, I was learning the way of the sword and the other way of the sword.
It's so spot on. We know this guy.
I've really worked hard on this show to up the stock of fedoras, and I feel like you're just tanking the stock right now.
Yeah.
Can't tank what's at the bottom, baby. Sorry, my baby.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I love it.
But we're here to hang out and chit chat
We're here
and
to hang out and chit chat.
and have a chill show, right? Because you guys go big on Halloween. Yeah?
Extremely chill.
Okay.
Extremely.
I think, for the episode of the game where we dress up, we're being a little more labor intensive.
That's true.
A little bit, yeah.
Than this.
That's a book.
You look far more comfortable than any of us, though.
Yeah, you're the winner.
Well, I am leaning on a backpack. We'll see how long it lasts. All right. Well, let's talk about the show a little bit.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is really why people tuned in is to see your My Girl outfit.
Hold on.
Yeah, go on.
I got to take a call. Hold on a second.
Are we allowed to use it?
Okay. No. The false alarm. Go ahead.
Outfit.
Hold on.
All right. Well, let's talk about the show a little bit.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is really why people tuned in is to see your My Girl outfit.
Hold on.
Go on.
I got to take a call. Hold on a second.
Are we allowed to use it?
Okay. No. The false alarm. Go ahead.
Wait, are you still the Apple Watch? Is that what's happening here?
Oh, that's
Wait, I don't get
insane.
it.
Hold on a second. I got to take a call.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Oh,
Hello? Wait, hold on a second.
Oh,
Hello?
Man.
how many you own?
One sec. It's just a second longer.
Hey,
Hello?
stop this.
Hey, wait a sec.
Stop this madness.
I can't talk right now. I'm washing apples. Yep. Yeah, on the show. Yep.
I cannot.
Okay. Cool. That was Apple Help.
Apple Care? Apple Help?
Yep.
You must stop this. Your universe, Keith Baker, does not abide by this.
Oh boy.
Oh.
This is
Is there
already great.
Is there any more structure to this? I don't know.
I think we're
I
done.
think that's it.
You guys.
Then they go into actually talk about the actual episodes, like fighting Fern's father and oh sweet heavens, it's been sweet heavens, it's been how long? And this is all they've updated. Fern Cowboy Sam, and they tried to have a plan, but it still didn't go well. Surprise, surprise. They also had to play with the minds of people of the unseelie there. In this one, this particular fight had Fern very focused on a plan, trying to get through. And at that point, it actually became a detriment to them at some points because she's trying to she became overcommitted.
Fuck.
Crap.
Yeah.
I really should have.
Cage.
Yeah, it was
Like some kind of force cage
stuck
where
in
you,
here.
you can't get out.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
It was like you were in a Von Trap.
It was like I was in a Von Trap.
Yeah.
I really should have spoken to the manager.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
But actually we had to mess with those guys' minds in order.
yeah, and on more of a subject. They talk about how they know the best fight, but also the effect. Especially considering the last campaign. Can't like they're very okay with this, but last campaign, they had Caleb who was very much subjected to this thing as main part of his backstory. They're they're like the difference between the campaign 2 and campaign 3 on this one particular area. It also then brought up more of their a discussion more about their real life versus in-game morals. Like in-game, like no, I wouldn't do that stuff. I don't know. In-game, this could be fun. Don't we?
That night. I have to know though, Matt.
Yes, what?
Have you ever rolled better as an NPC than when you were rolling that night? And it was against his own self-interest. You were like a politician of rolling. You were just getting him to slowly kill himself based on his own rolls.
No, I want to look. Fates are sticky when it comes to magic, and I didn't have a plan. You guys were gonna go in there. The whole point of a GM for me is like to set up challenges and maybe think of a few possible, victory conditions, but largely just leave it open and see what you guys come up with, and that excites me as a GM. And then sometimes the plan is a really solid plan, and then the crux of it lies on an opponent that you accidentally made extremely resistant to magic, and you have to sit there and hold them down and try until eventually you're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
It was
What
like,
happened?
come on. I'm in your guys' corner, but also that's how the
Yeah, they keep going. Yeah, it was getting annoying. Like the goons of the like took like at least 2 tries to get anything done. If they ever got, like they were burning through so many spell slots. And then they talk about like how they didn't want to try. They had these plans, but ultimately they realized they weren't getting anywhere with it and they had to do stuff. And it doesn't make you feel good. Like there's been plenty of moments think about how in this campaign there's plenty of moments that they don't feel good. Like they talk about like Ash, Ash, Liam said is like when you hear about like it was Liam's deciding to take down Sethuda. Apparently, not even sure if he really meant to, but
Hookup. Well, speaking of something that was potentially painful, Nana and Breas.
oh, not to mention like they're not sure what to feel good and not sure what to do now. Now that there are some gods who are coming out for Parathos' maybe not full freedom, but
Damn!
That hookup
That was
was
awesome.
Unexpected?
It
Or
was
was it?
unexpected.
Or was it? I don't know.
I don't know. Sam sees a challenge and likes to tackle it, so
It's true.
it wasn't that surprising to me, but it was delightful. I just want to know how things worked with the two faces.
I spent a moment contemplating and realized I have far too vivid of an imagination and had to back away. I was like, nope, this is going to be one of those great mysteries of life that I will keep on the outskirts of my brain.
yeah, until they're gonna ask you, okay, how does it work out so we can animate this in the show? Like, it's like,
I have so
I
many
mean, I can think
questions.
of
so
a
just
couple things for
get
sure.
in my head.
I have answers, don't worry.
I have answers. Yeah, I have
I
answers.
trust Danny.
I've already been writing.
Yes, give me the smut, Danny.
Oh, man.
Back that thing up.
Clip
Yeah.
clop, clip clop.
I wasn't expecting that sort of a dynamic with her, but also I love making Sam uncomfortable at his own place. It's fun.
But I also like the fight between Ira, Breas.
Oh, no.
Not fight, but just sort of the
Rivalry.
vying for her
Yeah.
attention.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, that's it.
Watch me. Let's talk about Zathuda and his. I don't know.
But like his backside.
There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just other parts.
Yeah.
You can't see this, can you?
No.
Because that was the perfect segue. No, my God, I don't know. You can watch the apples, but you shan't watch me. Let's talk about Zathuda and his recent makeover. What do we think?
Dang, Matt.
That was freaky.
That was so cool. It was fucked up, and it was everything that I feel like I would ever want Nana Mori to do, and in that world that was just like, it was so dark, and I loved it.
What's funny is I had written in the breakdown of Ligament Manor in the basement is where she kept her loom, and that's all I wrote about.
Yeah, he did not know what he wrote about like Shahara and stuff, but he never actually figured out what to do with that. So that was like decided like spur of the moment thing, like This is something that a favor I do. It's like it's like no, we're staying for this. And then we thought like it's gonna just like weirdly like turn us up. No, it freaking skinned him.
One of the most like empathetic, kind, patient, giving people that I know, but there's also just this strange,
Oh yeah, talking about his
like rotten-brained gremlin that lives inside a cage at the back of your head. Of just like the most strange, bizarre horror and weirdness.
You know, I've loved Alien and Predator since I was 8, which explains a lot. And I was very much raised on like dark themes and dark horror, fantasy and sci-fi media, and I've loved I love exploration of terrifying, nightmarish things, and I don't mean like grotesque gore things. Like, you know, I can appreciate that to a point, but I'm not like a big torture porn horror film fan at all. Either Eli Roth can kiss my ass, and on it's on video.
Yeah. He likes the exploration of horror, like what is horror and stuff like. Too, not necessarily horror itself. Very much a big fan of Grimm's fairy tale. And he goes talks about more about the unseen, like they're kind of the unseen. Then they got the more dangerous unseelie and stuff. Like the sealy themselves are scared, are enough and kind of a danger enough. You know, that they got sealing. Entities who are not on either side, like in such as Mori or Ira, there was the far scarier still. Like they are not bound by the other rules, and they usually are the most. Sometimes it seems like they're not positive because they're no one knows. And they also start discussing types of horror in game. Like there's like in this one they're doing more like a cosmic horror, like beyond the stars, like more Lovecraftian. But there's also ball horror stuff like huh, hell, like Chetney is like a walking every time you transform. But
So, just, you know, the ground floor perspective on reality.
So are you saying this shit and that getup is just
Sorry. As I was saying, it was more of an exploration of the cosmic facets of Exandria. I don't know. I don't know if this is beyond you at all. Please let me know if you're starting to feel a little lost. We're talking of extremely intelligent, above-board themes. Much like Rick and Morty, you have to have a certain level of genius to really understand it.
wow.
Don't do that to me.
We're exercising all the demons
Don't
tonight.
do that to me.
I don't give a shit.
It's Halloween.
Let
Get it all out.
me distract with an actual question. So Papa Fay went down, and the dragon.
Sorry. I've been waiting. I remember him.
So Zathura went down, and Gloamglut scooped him up. Was Gloamglut about to blast off?
Yeah, he was going to grab him and flee with him,
Okay.
and he would have lived to another day and come back to another point. Like that was. 'Cause that's the thing too with the scenario that was set up here.
Yeah. Fae, the Fae are naturally escape artists. They always have something to get out of situations. They flipped.
But Gloamglut, everything about the last couple of episodes has just made Orm feel bad, sad, awful. Like everything terrible. He was hyper from death saves, but Gloam
No,
On the a 400-year-old gnomish toy maker threw a chisel in his back. Isn't that what eventually took him down?
No,
On the sprint out?
No,
It was.
Well, no, the sprint
That
made
put
him
him
unconscious.
Then so he got knocked unconscious, and
Right.
what would have happened is he would have done death saves, but Gloamglut, everything about the last couple of episodes has just made Orm feel bad, sad, awful, like everything terrible. He was hyper focused on Keyleth and the Ashari and all.
Basically, he could not. He's doing. He's saying these new ideas about letting it pay for good, etc. But he also knows that he's for protecting and Keyleth and the Shah himself. And he knows that if they get away with the plans from Luminous to attack for the Fae to sneak around and come around for the Accords play, that puts the people he grew up with in danger. So no matter what's going to happen, he was not going to let any of them escape with Luminous's orders. And you remember something they've talked about before about how this campaign is not like good versus evil. It's more about it about what about whether or not what's going on is good or evil more, or not good like that, but it's like it's people with different opinions, and all the thing their opinion is absolute right. Then we also get to a Fern who had to decide whether or not to revive Zathura or not, because she had that choice. Ultimately, okay, I'm just gonna take these off. Then I'm actually made for my head size. Mm. Uh, uh, so, I forget what she said the deciding thing for not reviving him was.
The Sword Master.
Yes, not really a great guy. Like his intentions.
What do you mean?
At least, yes.
Chill, dude.
Yeah.
I think you two would hang out. The Sword Master.
Yes,
And you.
Oh yeah.
Does it help us all here and at home? Does it help us if we imagine Zathura wearing this?
Yes.
I think so.
It does. It does. Much easier decision.
Actually, despite the swords, I think this guy might actually be relatively harmless.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. You should come up on the weekend and meet the rest of my polykill.
No! Oh, I immediately have to leave this party.
No. I don't want it.
Specify it.
Hey, this would be a perfect.
Yes, yes.
Have to specify.
You're a character. I'm a character.
Yes.
Great time to change the subject. It's upside down, isn't it? Hey, let's talk about your papa's sweet dragon. Who's now, for the moment, a good boy.
He's a good boy.
It seems that way.
He's a good boy.
Set him free.
Yeah.
It was so sweet.
I feel like, and Matt, the way you played him, and just like all of your noises of just like when he would he stretch his little jaw out.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was such a perfect little creature. I just love.
Yeah.
And though for months or whatever
Yeah.
time is in the Fae is going to like wake up in the night and be like and look for his daddy and for you, and there's gonna be no one there. That's super sad.
No, but
Even
maybe
though it's a
not. I'll go
killer.
to his family and get to be a free boy and live and do what he wants to
Right.
do.
Maybe he'll mate with a waterfall and make babies.
You know what I do feel like really influenced my
Weird.
Yeah.
my decision on that? This is has nothing to do with the game. But I watched Chimp Crazy.
Yeah.
Does anybody watch Chimp Crazy?
No, it's Jim Crazy.
Chimp Crazy is a new documentary made by the guy who made Tiger King.
Okay.
Sure.
And it's about chimps. I mean, we shouldn't keep these things.
Yeah, like they're cute stuff like dogs like that. They should not be kept as pets and stuff. That's a.
Here, if my menu provides. I don't know what this is, so I might need some help. This just says saving Laudna? Do we know what this
What?
is?
I think that might
be old. It's meant to be about the art chart.
an old title that didn't get changed. I think just go with the bullet point.
This is
Okay.
This is,
Listen,
I'm gonna.
Just go with the
it was a
bullet
special from another day.
Listen,
Special on the menu.
This
from
is
another
just
day.
like Comic-Con when you left Sam's name off of the script. I'm having flashbacks.
Incredible.
That was the best. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Look, trial by
was
fire.
great.
Come on, guys.
Yep.
We're saving Lana.
I just spilled
We're
punch
saving
down
Lana for
my
later.
shirt.
Oh no.
Daddy!
Look, trial by fire.
great.
Come on, guys.
Yep.
We're saving Lana.
I just spilled
We're
punch
saving
down
Lana
my
for later.
shirt.
Oh no.
Daddy!
Why did I come in here? Why am I here today?
You.
All right. So that means I need to come up with the new topic on the fly. These have all been alliteration, Fae fighting with Firms fam, memory mods. We're gonna do all about Abu.
Yeah.
How about that one? That's the new sequence. Yeah,
sure
that's
that was
literally
better
the
than
next
my-
subject.
Yes, it is. Yay!
Arch heart eyes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
How great is he?
Where did that idea spawn from? When did it happen?
So it was actually a little over a month ago. It was after Downfall had happened, and we were just kind of talking and catching up afterward. And he was just like, he was so still like buzzing from the experience, and he was asking questions about the cosmology of Exandria and like where he would be today. And I was like, well, here's.
And so the questions got him thinking about what would it be like. Like we have a god who was thinking about death at that point. Where would it be now? There, he also talks about like Abba's first time behind the DM screen, and gives some good tips about for first time DMs.
And his just
Whole time, and just also being like,
incredible. It was such
His
a
voice
fun,
is so great.
moment.
Yeah.
I was backstage listening to him and like just kind of cheering on the whole time, and just also being like,
Yeah, there is a little bit of that. Yeah.
that warm hug of a vocal texture. Oh,
Yeah.
it was so fun, and it was, there is a certain level of trust that goes in there, but he's also one of the people that like comes to such a point of respect and care, and has the right training from like an actor's perspective to know how to ask about, to build the tent poles of a character's perspective, and ask the right questions to fill the places he doesn't feel comfortable in, and ask for questions on how to feel comfortable stepping into a space like he did. And he just knew the right questions to ask. And
Bottom. I mean, I just thought it was so criminally underrated.
Really bummed when it got pulled.
Me too. I'm a huge sci-fi nerd. That was one of my favorite shows of the last 10 years. I loved it top to bottom. I mean, I just thought it was so criminally underrated.
Really bummed when it got pulled.
Me too. I thought it was amazing. So when I first saw him on set before, I was like, oh, that's amazing that he's there. And then when he showed up in person, I was like, like I had that moment of like, yeah. And so, but it's a challenge because like we have to stay in character, and I'm like entranced by him, but like my character does.
Yeah, and they talk more about his character. It may not be and actively dislikes him for being a god after the fiasco with Loth. At the point where he's actually like he's like challenging the god to explain himself. They're they're they talk about all the ways it can go, and said talk about like there and how Matt says there was really no right or wrong path for where to go with that. Like this is an open end thing. Like both sides have merit in it. There. Also, they do talk about how they're technically good guys, bad guys thing and stuff. However, a lot of times that happens like more in real world, like it's after the fact. Like when there's a type of history, when and when you have something that comes up monetize or stuff, which challenges like how good it's like the cracks history shows and what that causes nowadays. Like this shows that the gods were not like even they so like biggest thing like they were hesitant themselves. They were unsure, and how that really affects their would affect their image of them. there, and like it's like if someone were to go back and see if it, like the like the original Last Supper or something like that, or something like seeing that original event and seeing things that not as expected. And then we go back to why Orange seems very hesitant in his plan. Like he has lack of assurances with something that something with that magnitude of power as Predathos. Like saying like he needs to, he does not want to say that will have no interest. He needs to know it will not go after mortal Alexandria as a whole. Well, it will only go after Goth. He needs to know or not before he commits to that. He's also one point to know. He's the one who's like most likely to think of. Remember that it's not just about us. They have that mentality, and they actually ask Liam to what would it take for Orm to actually approve this. Uh, and they talk about how one of the big things is that there are also these other ones like sure God's telling them to go, while the other are telling them no, like there are conflicting promises of what will happen should perhaps be released for the different powers and stuff. So it's hard to get really assurances when there's people those are actually saying no, it won't.
It wasn't Italy.
Matthew.
Can you wobbly H
Blame it
a
on
god? There has been a pitch from Imogen to sort of try to find a way to co-tame this thing.
Yeah, it'd be like this. Right here.
Yeah, this.
Yeah. yeah.
So like that.
The spit roast Predathos?
Walking out with Predathos.
Matthew.
Can you
Sorry.
wobbly H
Blame
a
it on your
god?
outfit.
Man, I don't like the sight of you, Matt.
It wasn't Italy, but I've seen an Eiffel Tower.
Oh man.
Too much?
We're adults.
You started it!
Right.
I ain't judging.
Yeah.
I can't judge from this seat. Yeah, continue, please.
I feel like it changes who we talk to. Like what ideas I have, I'm like, okay, I think this is the right thing. And then we'll talk to somebody else and I'm like, maybe that wasn't the thing, maybe it's this. And then I think also after talking to the Archheart, I kind of feel like I don't even know if I want to say this. Maybe I will. Where I'm at right now, I feel like Fern is thinking, well, maybe we would be strong enough to take it in and be able to
Hey, together anything's possible.
Together, the two of us could take it.
I believe it.
I think that we could really overcome and overtake. And I don't know how to not say anything
It's all
next coming out of my mouth without it sounding a certain way.
We're all children.
Yeah,
We all
we're
grew up
all
in
five.
the Temple of Laura Bailey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
The archer did say that it would be that it would require a sacrifice, though.
Ooh.
How does Fern feel about potentially being that sacrifice?
I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Listen, I think, and I do feel like this about everybody in the party, that everybody is willing to be.
Yeah, that's the he said it seems like they all could be events like helping each other, being the sacrifice, but they're all like willing to be themselves the sacrifice, but they're not willing to let one of the other members of the group, any of the other members of the group, be the sacrifice. That's the thing. They're they want to protect each other. They want and they're going to give up to to protect each other, but they're not really. I'm not sure they're willing to let this say about it, but let someone else take the bullet. Yeah, they'll go on. They keep talking more about stuff. They talk more about how the exalted seated and whether or not Fern is exalted or not. I do. I think they agree. She's probably not. And I think that's a good thing because if she has, exalted seems to be more powerful than regular Root and if she could go have the spark over Sean, that would be like bit much kind of put her too much above the rest of the characters in power.
What?
To answer your question, I
Like Ashton and the Shard.
Yeah, I can take it.
What if Ashton and Fern? Never mind.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Ashton and the Shard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can take it.
yeah, they're thinking like maybe
What
I can
if Ashton and Fern? Never mind.
Ashton.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Bobby.
I don't think anybody, and I don't speak for anybody else in the party, but like the vibe is, including myself, would choose to sacrifice any of their friends. I think what you're saying is right. I think there's a lot of people who'd be comfortable with self-sacrifice, but
Yeah, it's giving up a friend. That's where they're going to draw a line. Dorian says that he can't agree to the plan if everyone else agrees to it. Like he says it, which is something means that this plan may not go off because we already heard that Orem is not it won't approve of this plan unless they have assurances. So you really can't get enough assurances with what is at stake. They talk about he knows that he the way he sees it, Dorian won't act is kind of realistic, and Dorian himself knows he won't know what Dorian will he will do until the moment comes. So it's like a it's like if some defense like I kill someone, but that it's also good to say that until it actually comes to it.
Yes.
we got another god. We got the matron of ravens in the house.
Damn.
Planning to go.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
Yeah. How did it feel playing another god after watching somebody else play a god?
I've been the matron before, so.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been a bit though, so it's kind of like stepping into old, and an old familiar outfit.
Yeah.
But another thing, if I look back, Matron is like contenders for one of the ones he's played the most with Vax there. Also maybe a little Melora because of Ford's pack later on in Campaign 2.
We got a lot more than I thought we were gonna get.
Oh
Same.
yeah.
Agree.
Yeah, they were talking about going into the blood, like stuff like stuff the mask stuff, like eventually seeing behind the mask, and like their shift like that. Like they talk about how she visually will seem to be a shift in her, like she was like shaken after a lot of spirit death took the form of Amira. It was like a reminder of. And he kind of regrets like one thing, like it's cool that he go up to come back briefly to replay the as the Archon, but he kind of regrets that he couldn't do it with Laura, like have her take the reins of the Matron Ravens. But of course she's also playing one of the characters, so she can do that as well. They talk more about why Vesper, one of the people that was Vesper who they never met, and why he was one of the ones bigger, and he's how he was like represents like he was like the first one uh to take through the folly of trying to repeat what she had done and ascend. It was kind of there as a little reminder of not careful what you're trying to achieve, and considering what the plan is, like is a stuff like is like a way to put more doubts in in that plan. Uh, and they talk about how Laura had Imogen like stay away from Lilian for the most part in that combat, because I didn't want to go out to her mother.
To step on rakes.
Yeah.
From time to time.
I'm sorry, I'm fucked up, y'all.
Well, and you still did make us kill the visage of our best friends and parents.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So it's yeah.
Yeah, it was intended to be a non-kind trial, but also a means of either proving that you couldn't do what needed to be done, or a way of teaching you to prepare for what needs to be done, more or less.
Danny, I'm gonna need some help with the beyond my depth.
What's up?
It's about learning her past. She didn't challenge the god of death. This is the matron of ravens. They were Lovas?
Lovas?
It's a lot of caps. It's all in caps. I don't know why.
Kyle added the caps, but that's because we're very excited.
All right,
Lovas!
help me with this final question.
So, well, we just want to know because for so long, the matron was considered to be a woman of great ambition, to be a woman, a wizard who had been the most ambitious of all, the most powerful of all, to take down a god, to destroy a god. It was all seen.
Yeah, it seems great, like the high of vision and stuff. In engineer, and now we learn the truth. Like, well, there was a bit of ambition, but she was doing it for love. Like the god wanted it. That was like the biggest one. Like, this has been like something. Interesting thing to know. Oh, like this, like could change the view on the matron. We've always thought of her as this one who there. There, like I know a lot of people. I think a lot of those worship A's and Xantia like see her as this essentially as a usurper. In actuality, she is the chosen heir.
The details matter.
Of course.
We hear you. Love and kindness is evil. Got it.
Yes.
All right.
She says, engaged.
Congratulations. Well, I guess some questions are meant to be answered and some aren't. And some are meant to be answered in the Tower of Inquiry, baby. It's time for a question. This is a game we played before.
Yes.
You may remember it's very simple. We're going to take turns pulling blocks from the tower. Danny reads us the corresponding fan questions, and then we each give our own answer. And if for some reason the tower should fall, who cares? This is a low effort stream.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm way too close to. I can't get through here, so I'm gonna actually just ask the question from my little deck.
That's fine. You're
Okay. How do we decide who goes first? I can't remember.
Just
I get to choose?
people.
Okay. Eeny. I'm just kidding. It's you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yay.
While you're doing that, I'll just follow up on the last question.
Yeah.
So, like it was very nice to find a moment in the story to reveal that.
Yeah.
That part of her
I
history.
love that.
And there's a lot I look forward to talking about post campaign about it as well, or maybe exploring in some other story stuff. I'd love to. And now that more things have been revealed, to explore more of the matron's history. But
Those of us who have been matron of Raven Truthers since day one feel so vindicated.
Yes.
I knew it was for love. I knew there were more reasons behind it.
You're cranking.
Day one.
You're cranking out novels like nobody's business. It's time to do the Pantheon of the Gods, baby.
Yeah.
like, nobody's business. One maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? 6? Let's do it.
Alrighty.
Well, you gotta put it on top, lemurs.
I've decided
What if I
to
just
take
put it
off
on the
my
side?
final
who
piece of my
cares?
costume. That's it.
Yeah.
Now it's not accurate.
I don't know who you are
Stop,
anymore.
lemur. We'll get you an Aperol spritz. You'll feel better.
Perfect.
Swords will
Question.
It is from Exandrian Moonlight on Tumblr. Shout out to Tumblr.
Tumblr.
What is the biggest
It's back, baby.
surprise the DM has thrown at you that was tied to your backstory? For DMs, what was the biggest PC backstory swing / curveball?
Biggest prize?
Surprise.
Surprise.
It was tied to your
Curveball.
backstory.
Super easy for me. I'll do it because I'm a new guy.
Oh yeah.
Brohim coming into the picture. That when you bring an NPC to life that was part of your backstory, that was meant as a vehicle, that I could not have been more thrown for a loop.
Yeah, like that's the part of like they said when they whispered like it looked kind of like you're like oh no.
Taking what I thought
I mean, go ahead.
right.
You have one, I can tell.
I mean, for this campaign, it was taking what I thought, and you did this campaign too, as well, where I had like my backstory. I was like, so in the corner of the story, there's this little wizard school, and it really did him dirty, and then went front and center. But even more so, in campaign 3, I'm like, okay, so Orm is just a bodyguard with the Tempest Blades, with the Ashari, and someone does a hit, someone attacks Keel. They could be traveling somewhere, could be anywhere, and I lose my father and my husband. And it became the whole fucking plan of lewdness at the linchpin of the campaign, dead center. I was like, ah! When it happened, I couldn't. There were multiple things going on there. Shit, and you dropped Vax at the same fucking moment in time. So yeah.
That was a surprise.
Oh yeah.
Made him a ball.
Brain outside my ear. Yep.
The Vax going into a ball, I know that doesn't have to do with my backstory, but that was something that blew my mind. Because I was just like, whoa, wait, what are we doing here? So like, the other characters are coming in here and, oh my God.
And then it was, just kidding, he's a plot device. Bling!
Yeah.
And there he's
So
remained.
great.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly as stage.
I will have all of your glasses by the end.
I'm gonna do this.
Give it to me. Get those back.
Nice
Why,
and
nice, nice. Well done.
Eight.
Ocho.
Eight.
Acht.
From Will Clansack.
Clansack.
Animals often have unique names when they gather in a group, such as a herd or a swarm of bees or a herd of cows, I think, a herd of cattle, sorry, a swarm of bees or a murder of crows. If there was a large gathering of only your character, what would it be called?
Good God.
For example, a group of Vaxes could probably be called a brood.
Conspiracy of Ravens. Yeah, brood of Vaxes, a
Brood of Vaxes.
group of a specific character.
Yeah, like if it was a group of ferns.
Yeah, I like it.
A feather of ferns?
Oh, cute.
Like 30 or so orums?
Yeah.
That's definitely.
Oh, this
Dorian's dream.
pretty funny.
Hey, sorry. Quiet now.
Yeah, what would you call a group of worms?
I gotta think.
I gotta think
So,
too. That's a tough one.
That is tricky.
Fancy of ferns?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one for that. Okay, yeah. For Matt, you decided to go Gilmore, and it'd be like a spectacular of Gilmores. Robert couldn't get it. I really was having a hard time with the name, but I think one of them suggests. I forget if it was him who did it or one of the sisters, but a deluge of Dorians. Dorian Storm, and for Liam, an Orm Pies. Well, point three weakness. Also, like usually,
It's a diagonal.
It doesn't matter. He's
yeah. Usually, I'll also show the questions like
From the
because the activities, and I don't want to write all the now.
and right
Yes.
back in.
It's like
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
The whole thing is a diagonal.
Yeah.
oh no.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You said it.
You can do it.
Oh no.
Come on. It's just like billiards.
Wait, you already touched the other one.
It doesn't matter. He's
The whole thing moved.
There's no
The
challenge
whole
she won't
tower
accept.
moved.
There's got to be a soft one.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he's gonna
okay,
do
okay,
it.
Okay, he's got
That's
it.
good for me.
It won't go all the way through.
You can pull. You can pull from there.
He's starting to believe.
He's starting to believe. Boo!
Yeah, with believe it. With this,
You guys, Mercer's fighting the Jenga Tower.
25.
25.
Turn to fur.
25.
Oh.
This is a great one for Halloween. I love this. At Cap'n Lunar on Twitter, what kind of cryptid or creature from folklore would any of your campaign characters be a believer of if they were from our world?
The vortex.
Ooh.
The Fern is Loch Ness monster. Matt says that Ira would like Flatwood monsters, so something obscure. While she's not here, they do say this one. While Laura is there, they do say this one for Imogen, which is the Kelpie. I can't pronounce that. She, I think also that Ashley always says like there's all the things she's brought before. I call it sculpt.
Yeah.
Just because he's got a sneaking suspicion he's hot.
Show in Germany someday. I don't know if it's possible.
Be fun. Dorian would be into Mothman.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just because he's got a sneaking suspicion he's hot.
Statue that's in Point Pleasant.
Yeah.
Dude, that Mothman statue has a great ass.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, look up the Mothman statue that's in Point Pleasant. Great ass.
Yeah, the new Wolfman's got nards is Mothman's got cakes.
Nothing will ever replace Wolfman's Got Nards.
Statue in Point Pleasant, New Jersey.
Yeah, that's where the Mothman was originally
Yeah.
sighted, was Point Pleasant, Virginia.
Good job,
Wow.
New Jersey.
Yeah. And
West Virginia. I'm so sorry.
good job to Xandrian.
And next, they get into deep dive. The first one question was Ashley on the loss of Zithuda. And the thoughts of the rest on all Thurn's parents. Well, she's kind of one thing she mentions is that somewhere in her mind she doesn't mention mind this arrangement with him being gone through the loom because now she could go visit him anytime and get any answers she wants. They go to Matt who talk more about the Matrix Vexor. He's kind of wasn't sure if it would come up because you don't want to just like shove it in like insert randomly. So you need someplace that feels natural. And he's been sitting on this lore probably since the beginning of the campaign. There, one of the biggest things that was that she did not want to be a god. She did, but she was doing it as a compared to a god. And they talk about how one of the biggest things for her character is like she helps those to let go. Oh, it's always that like one of the biggest part of her character. Like she's like the god of the she's like the god the transition of life into death. There you go, Liam, and the thoughts on what on the matron after like having these meetings with the archite and the law mother. Like Liam's or like one of his thoughts about it's like it's confusing. Like everyone, he's still like the Ashari are not big worshippers of deities. Like most things they make worship and a lot of things let see are there's like just look at Keyleth. So like in Cameron one, like usually like she's all like you think you're the god of the wild. Like she's kind of skeptical or. Hmm. But ultimately, Orm doesn't know what to believe right now.
Same time.
That's long.
Wow.
I'm okay.
How was it coming face to face with Dorian's dad to be allowed to grieve for a moment and stand up for himself at the same time, in addition of accepting the blade? Wow. I mean, we talked about.
Uh, well, but in like saying like Dorian has suspicions like every like big leader that sooner or later his father would show up one of these meetings of like he is Exandria like so he was like from there he has a bit that he read and it's kind of like so he's been kind of bracing himself for a while here. Oh, then we got a combined one for Ashley and Liam about fighting that digital opal, like not their well, which is that, and they did not like that. Okay, they're afraid of. Orm was very convinced that it was fake all along, so it doesn't mess for him. They keep having to tell themselves, and I think they getting a little mad at the test itself and at the arrangement for going to go through that.
previous campaign. Not, it's in.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Motivating.
Yeah.
Don't look smug in that costume.
I can't not. It's in character. It is built on smugness. You return to Vasselheim, and you are once again in control of numerous PCs, many of which have been seen in previous campaigns. What was it like to return to the city and those characters? Did you have a favorite to embody again? It was really fun and extremely stressful. To keep my mind wrapped around the events of how these meetings were to transpire, who was present, their opinions on things when they would break in, what bits of information were important to convey with these scenes in a natural way, but also like letting people interject in a natural way that I didn't prepare and involve, and just kind of like build the through line and then just kind of see what happens as we go. And as
Ultimately, it was very stressful for him to try to keep it all seem natural. Oh, also, but one of the things he really wanted to do it because one thing is it shows like past stuff, and it's like one of his biggest thrills about being able to play multiple campaigns in the same setting is like you get to see the effects previous parties have on the world. And one of the ways to see is like see where their characters are now. Make sure they know that choices matter.
easier to do too when it's just my head in a jar.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I love it. I don't know. I love this shit.
Your turn.
This one. Definitely this one.
Are you sure?
Nope. Seedling was blessed, and Orm saw Will again. How does Orm feel about the encounter once more in the Wild Mother's realm, as well as seeing the terror of Predathos firsthand? Well, let's talk about Predathos first. Reinforcing Orm's extreme reservations about cracking open the walnut and letting that out. The gods terrify us. We're ants, and that thing terrifies them. And like I think I threw out at some point recently that like I'm worried about, that I Orm have stepped on ants and didn't know it. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I've made this analogy plenty of times myself while reviewing these. Yeah, it just reinforces his reservations. And well, so um, and I talk about like what he wants to do with Orm. What if they at the end if they all survive this? Like what he might want to have happen with this character.
Ooh, shorter. And Dorian allowed himself to drown.
Of all questions to do that voice on.
Oh,
Continue, please.
And deprived himself of air for the first time in his life. How did that experience affect him? Yeah. I mean, I guess that's one of those in the moment choices that you make where you go, well, what would I do? I would see what this is all about. So I don't know. I think you gave us a hint about maybe the nature of how a gateway opens to something magical, and if I were given that in the real world, and I had a way to circumvent it via my own cunning, I would try to. I want to know how the sauce is made, and that's just in my nature, and I think that's part of myself that I put into Dorian, which is curiosity. So when I thought, oh, fuck, I've got unending breath, I'm going to see if what he said is right and he really wants us to die.
Yeah, it's just about constantly with that. He's seeing like it's happening to everyone fans. Like it's like whether or not he's part of the group or not. So it's like keeping the peer pressure. Basically.
Yeah, to make that choice is disgusting.
It's funny. Each time I've described that, I remember as a kid, my mom describing to me how she drowned when she was a kid.
Wow.
God.
And
Wow.
was thankfully recovered. But like I remember her telling me like it was the most intense panic and fear she'd ever experienced in her life. That almost instantly became the most gentle, welcoming embrace.
No.
And I was like, that is the scariest thing
No.
ever. And I hadn't thought about it for so long until
That's
the first time
the
accident
existential
at
horror.
the pool. And I was like,
Wow.
oh boy, we're going here. Okay.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, I think the scariest depiction of that ever as another blood thing is in. You've ever seen The Gray, the Liam Neeson movie based on the novel where they crash the plane and they're being hunted by
No, but I
wolves?
know what movie you're
No,
talking about.
There's a I won't blow it for you. There's a sequence where someone's bleeding out, and Liam Neeson knows it, and the guy's like, "Oh, what do I do? What do I do?" He's like, "You're going to die." And then he just talks him through what it's like to bleed out. And it's one of the most impactful, terrifying scenes I've ever watched in the movie.
Oh my God.
Anyway, go watch it. It's a great film. Hey, speed round. Let's not talk about death anymore.
Okay.
We got one more round. We're going to go quick. Let's knock these questions out.
I don't know how much longer
What's
I
that?
can hold this.
Liam Neeson, we're going to die.
What a great scene.
And bad news, all the questions are about death.
All right, let's speed through it. It's not scary at all.
Ashley.
Okay, what was it like to bond so heavily with Glomgloot? Did Fern consider keeping him? Does she hope to call on him again someday? Kind of talked about this. Bonding with him was so incredible. I feel like I didn't quite know what that would be, but I was like, well, maybe if I play the kin and family, maybe that'll work.
Definitely changed the dynamic from a combative standpoint.
Yes. I think, yes, I would love to keep him. But like we were talking about earlier, I don't think that's Fern's. I don't think Fern wants to keep anybody prisoner that doesn't want.
Yeah. Would like to, but doesn't want to keep in prison then. So, Also, at this point, she's starting to wise up. Like, this could be good to her, but there's also could be its problems too. That being said, she absolutely wants to be able to call him once again. On the
Shine.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. Uh, hmm. Yeah, sure. I've alluded to bits of this already. Orm seems to feel very guilty about attacking Zathuda and being the one to end his life. Does he worry about how this may affect his friendship with Fern?
Yeah, 100%. He absolutely is afraid this will affect. And it doesn't help, but he's like, yeah, how this could affect her because he was even if just biologically her father. It still doesn't help him figure like what he went help Ryan what he went through when he lost his like surrogate father. Yeah, Derek. Uh, how that affected him, which we've seen throughout the entire series. It's just a new weight thing. Like, yeah, at this point, his halfling height is more. We're not at this point. We're wondering if it if he as far as we know, he could actually not be a halfling, but just be that much weight down.
It came from Abria. We were looking for ways to sauce up what would happen in the crossover episodes, and she was pitching out spell ideas. Operation.
Forward, yeah.
What you got? What you got?
Oh, tell us about the inspiration for Coriolis and what the magically inclined horse means to the Wyvern Winds. That came in a fever dream. No, actually, that came from Abria. We were looking for ways to sauce up what would happen in the crossover episode.
Mm-hmm. One of the big things too, like I think he said like from the beginning he said Jordan's always had this tune in his head, but he just didn't know what for. And then like it's with this thing, he's just like, you know what? He doesn't know, but he knows that these music could have be used for spells and stuff. Why not make it the summoning of the dragon horse? And it's a good way to tie him to his lineage. Like it helps around his backstory.
I play the Matt. What is the process like of bringing in others to portray gods, particularly when it came to Downfall and to Abu's appearance? Why didn't Laura play the matron, for instance?
Pick another one.
Yeah, I already talked about
Yeah, we
that.
already did it.
I already talked about that one. You know what I mean.
Boo! Who wrote these questions? Boo!
Matt. Vox Machina and the Mighty Nine are being teed up to re-enter the story in full force. Can you talk to us about preparing for this crossover and what it's like to bring these three campaigns together? Yeah, it's super exciting.
Seriously, but it's a lot of work. Another thing, he's got to make sure to prepare the car right because he's going to like large level 20 parties.
Not this time, right?
What? No, that's not how it
That's how the
works.
rules
That
work?
is,
I'm
that's
pretty
the
sure
rules.
that's how they work.
The rules.
Really,
Like,
when I did
what are
this,
the rules?
Laura
Can
did
I
it
touch
every time.
anything?
Yeah, no. Whatever you touch, you have to move.
Oh! I missed it. Lost all my aura right at the end. 23.
To Ben
23. Let us see.
I'm Swordguy.
Hey.
All right, from Just Some Guy, 1991. Who is your favorite character that you have played outside of the 3 main Critical Role campaigns, either from one of the one-shots or even from a home game?
And for Ashley, it was Darian. It was Damon from the Darrington Brigade. Liam also wanted from favorite was also from that game with his thing Buddy the I was a ogre, I think. Yeah, but his Buddy the ogre.
Is not a goober, so I've lost my shot at my goober.
Yeah, like how far
Are
I
you
was
saying the world took your joy
Saying
away?
that in your outfit.
I mean, didn't it? Didn't it?
I lost my shot of my
Didn't
goober.
it take yours away too?
Yeah.
Yes.
My favorite
was something called Dirk.
was Dink
Oh, Dink.
from the Legend of
Oh yeah, I remember this now.
Oh
That was
my
so
god! What a fun game! It's fun to do some goof 'em ups sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, I don't get to play very often, but I do think back to the Escape from the Blood Keep that I did with Dimension 20 under Brennan, where I got to play essentially my disaster gay Nazgul character. Like it was great. It was all the whole. I don't know if you saw
I
the
got
series. It
my-
was essentially like all of us were playing more or less like villains under Sauron, but the story begins as they're all planning to take over the world, and then the ring gets destroyed and Sauron loses, and so the game begins with like basically Mordor crumbling around us and trying to figure out what to do. And my character, who was this powerful 17th level, like Hexblade Warlock, was just like a badass character. But I rolled so poorly the whole game that he just became like just this butt of every joke, this character that failed at everything he did, and was just this sad sack of a man, a ghost man. And it was wonderful to the point where he got the shit beat out of him by what was essentially Samwise Gamgee repeatedly, who was apologizing to him as he was beating him up, like, "I'm so sorry, I'm just gonna," I'm like, "Come on!" It was great. I had so much fun with the character. I really did.
Man,
It was fun.
very fun. Are we supposed to do more or less?
Supposed to do more?
Who's the
I think you should
timekeeper?
pick another one.
Again?
One.
You're giving double punishment? Okay, I'll do it.
All right.
Must be the way.
I'll leave it up
think
to
it
you.
is.
Gotta be the
man.
way.
I'm not a timekeeper. Y'all
Pick
do
another
what you
one. Speak to the manager. It's a Karen way. That's what's happening.
So scary.
Karen / Children of the Corn.
Oh my goodness.
You are a brave man.
Truly.
37.
37.
47.
37. That's it for me. I'm out.
Okay.
The rest of us get one each.
No.
We don't need to do that.
Yeah, we'll do lightning round.
Juniper the Writer 22 on Instagram. If your character could wild shape like Fern, what weird or wacky animal would they turn into?
Actually, something that's flying. Matt would be like red-tailed hawk, which is a creature I'm very familiar with. Like they have a lot of them that are living here in my do you use the expression "my neck of the woods"?
big bird guy, and I'm like an omens guy too, but I kind of want to be an ill omen just to fuck with people. So like I really love in American lore the owl.
Yeah,
And it's also the owl is just a terrifying creature. It flies silently. It's an apex predator. It barfs out the bones and beaks of its enemies.
badass.
And so much of my life is like being a daddy, go potty kid, and like taking care of people. And then at night I could just turn into a terrifying murder machine. Sounds amazing. Sounds great. And I get to
I love
fly.
this idea.
That's the best.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even split between a flying squirrel.
Yeah, his thing is either a flying squirrel or a silverback gorilla.
That's got skin folds.
Tail.
Yeah.
800 pounds? No.
He's at Peregrine Falcon speeds.
Just whipping it down.
I say, they only fly once.
Yeah. Oh my
Glass of
goodness.
water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Oh man.
What you got?
Yeah.
They also talk about other ones that more like someone says jaguar, or another one says dog. Unfortunately, they've once again decided no more have died, which I kind of miss. Like, though I quite frankly, I kind of they do something where they can also add a little story to their things. Like, that's at least that's something I can get content with.
Our Lord Keeper Danny Carr.
Yes.
I'm Robbie Damon, your 28th Tavern Keeper. And I guess that's the outro.
Cool, man. Whatever. That's fine.
Cool beans.
Friends around the table, time to celebrate. It's a party in the lights.
Like,
Here we go.
and I quite like it.
Waste the night away with a
Little
little escape. It's a
Chance
chance
to
to
lose control. So let's just leave this world behind. Everybody come and take a dive. One by one, we roll the dice. Let's go, Rickle. Your friends are to cheer you on. Get back, it's good times all day. It was like,
I'm gonna try. One
We
stupid.
just sit.
I'm gonna bonk Ashley in the head. I feel like I'm.
Well, let me put my costume back on.
I would like to try.
Oh dear.
What I'm doing? No!
anyway, that's it for the episode. All that's left is to tell you about my homebrew for the evening. Don't worry, it's a short one. It's by Feet the Awakened Ancestry. This is a species-specific one, as you must be of the shifter race, which is those of the bloods of lycanthrope. Oh, have lycanthrope ancestry. Throughout history, lycanthropes have sought others of the affliction for companionship. Those who know what they're going through. As such, some shifters have have to exceed the limits exceed the normal limits of their kind, honoring all their ancestors. When you take this as a shifter, you may choose an additional shifter form. When you shift, you use which ones you go with. It it's still they don't get several pools for the amount of transformations you get. You have to choose between the two. With that, I thank you for joining me. I'm sorry it took so long to get this, but anyway, this is Frina Riamentra. I wish thee good fortune in the quest of life. I promise I'll be more digital with my future videos.